So I woke up this morning to start working on editing my film, and I realized that while I was looking over all my stuff that I had shot already, maybe it's not such a good idea for me, being me, to sit here and ironically and sarcastically poke fun at hipsters. And I think the real reason I decided it probably wasn't a good idea was because when I was looking at the interviews that I'd shot, I got a lot of weird looks when I said that I was doing an ironic, sarcastic piece about hipsters. So I think I decided to take this in a little bit of a different direction. So bear with me, watch the interviews, and I guess you'll see what I mean.
I think a hipster is someone who tries to look trendy. They try very hard to make it look like they're not trying hard at all. You know?
Yeah.
Like, they'll put all this effort into their look to make it look like they just rolled out of bed, you know?
Well, pretentious?
They don't give a fuck about anything. Isn't that kind of lame?
Very opinionated.
Be different. You're a hipster, right? If you're different, you're a hipster, but really you're not, because everybody's trying to be different.
You know, it's funny. I often see many hipsters with haircuts that are emo, but they wouldn't call it emo, and probably if you told them that they looked emo, they'd rip your face off. You know, mohawks, slick front, you know, with the long covering the eyes and shit. I don't know.
Just lie. I think of someone who has 2/3 of their hair covering their face, who wears tights, not tights, but pants so tight that the blood all swells to their head and it grows to 3 times their size, and if you poked them with a pin, it would red everywhere. All over the place.
According to what I've studied, this is hipster attire. Come on in here. See the scarf, the mismatched clothing.
It's not mine.
Yeah, this is hipsterness.
Clothes that don't match. Yeah.
Clothes
Like,
that don't
lots
match.
of layering and definitely stuff that doesn't match. You know, just weird clothes. Lots and lots of layers. You know, scarves and boots, I don't know.
Hipsters would go out and spend $40 on a t-shirt that's all, or a t-shirt or a pair of jeans that's all ripped up. To make it look like, you know, it's all worn out, but they spent $45 on a t-shirt.
They already shop at thrift shops.
Oh, thrift stores.
Thrift stores. Only
sure.
thrift stores, like.
You know, if they don't shop at thrift stores, they don't tell anybody that they don't. They don't want anybody to know that they don't shop at thrift stores, because then that would ruin their whole, you know, masquerade. Probably starts off with a trip to the local bad service coffee house where, you know, you probably smoke inside and nobody really talks to each other, and there's student art on the walls, and it's a lot more expensive than Starbucks, but it's not Starbucks, so, you know, it's better, I guess.
Vegetarian.
Organic.
Yeah.
Most of them, I would say, are probably vegetarians. I speculate. I don't know.
Yeah.
They shop at Whole Foods, for sure. Or their local co-op.
That's what hipsters do. They all go to art school.
Because they think being different is like the way to be, but they all realize they're all the same person when they're all at the same art school. Maybe that's right.
Well, art school's either hippies or hipsters or hippies. So they're kind of related to hippies, but they're more commercial than they'd like to admit than hippies.
Like
They do a lot of drugs.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what kind of drugs?
Oh, they'll try anything.
I don't think I do enough drugs to even appreciate hipsters.
Okay.
They get too high.
Too high. Too high.
What are their favorite, you know, things to do?
Stand there and drink. Smoke cigarette. That's about it. Talk, of course, you know. Luckily, they're talkers usually.
Yeah. Is there like a point of discussion other than music that you see hipsters like use a lot amongst themselves with you?
Politics.
Politics?
Yeah.
What about politics specifically?
Would you say they hate Bush?
Yeah, I definitely hate Bush. Like everyone.
Who doesn't though? I mean, really. At this point,
Oh, totally left wing. Like, I don't know if I've met a right wing hipster.
the Colbert Report. Even though it fucking rocks, I love that shit.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
But everybody loves Family Guy.
Yeah.
They're movie buffs usually.
Like indie movies, indie flicks. You know,
Like, do you have any like
mass-produced.
that you can name?
Oh, and like all the cult movies, like Mallrats and fucking Jay and Silent Bob.
I love
and
that
shit.
movie Clerks though. That's such a
Clerks,
funny
yeah,
movie.
Clerks.
That's definitely not hipster. That's just
Oh, it
sometimes
is
funny.
though.
No,
It
it's
is.
not.
And like, I don't know, like Donnie Darko and there's some others.
Yeah.
And not mainstream movies. Like, they're pretty much the fan base of indie movies, I would say.
Yeah.
Biggest fan base.
Foreign
And
films.
not for the fact that, you know, they're good movies, but just because they're indie movies and nobody else has heard of them.
Hipsters are kind of bizarre to me.
Uh-huh.
Anyone that would consider that a lifestyle is kind of bizarre also.
It's all about being the first one to know about a band before anybody else does. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know about it first.
And then
You didn't know about it. We know about it first, so therefore we know more than you do.
They pretend like they know like stuff that nobody else knows about like this band that nobody's ever
Nobody
heard
knows
about.
of.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the band gets big, they're out, you know.
if the venue seats more than 40, you guys aren't having it. Like I know all you hipsters were big fans of Blink-182 before.
Probably.
Yeah.
Before we even knew who Blink-182 was.
But the
Well, what
second
is
we
that?
heard about them,
They were mainstream.
and that blew them out of proportion.
Done.
All right.
Girl
Well,
over here is. My bad.
Hipsters don't fall off their chairs.
I am not a fucking hipster. I am not a hipster, okay?
I
okay.
don't think I'm a hipster. And I'm not really that concerned about my appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be getting interviewed in these clothes. These are my house sitting clothes, just a disclaimer. You know.
Am I a hipster? I don't know.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. They wear stripes a lot. You wear stripes too.
Exactly.
You are a hipster, Mrs. Candy Cane.
Oh, you do have an uncanny recollection of, like, all the lines in almost every movie you've watched with you. And you do kind of blurt them out. Does that make you a hipster?
You're kind of a hipster.